Getting a new nationality is great, but depending on the country, you may only be interested in becoming a permanent resident or obtaining a golden visa without reaching citizenship. This might be because citizenship is impossible to obtain or simply because it doesn't suit your interests. The first one is the UAE, not only in Dubai, but by investing that $500,000 in real estate in any emirate. There is also an option by nomination, meaning that if you have a special skill or do something remarkable that can be presented in an attractive way, you might be granted without the need to invest in real estate, which you might not know whether it's in a bubble or not. Many Americans are getting to gain access to priority top-tier banking for tax residency and to average their companies very effectively at 50% in shareholder, paying little corporate tax and ending up with low overall taxation even without living inside the country, since they have taxation by citizenship. If you don't have tax residency there, the advantage is that you don't need to travel once every 180 days, unlike with a worker or investor residence which you receive when opening your own free zone company. In the UAE, practically no one will ever obtain nationality because they strongly follow the jus sanguinis concept. Even if you live in the country for 20 years and fully integrate, you will never be Emirati. You could obtain it by investment, but we are talking about government pre-approved investments ranging from $10 to $100 million. It is not guaranteed, it is not 100% by law, but there is an exceptional or merit-based law, and there have already been real cases. Moving into Europe, within the Schengen area, I often hear different opinions and strategies that Americans use when it comes to golden visas and nationalities. Let me explain. First, many choose golden visas in countries like Hungary, Latvia, Italy, Portugal, Greece, and in the past, Spain. They make an investment, not a donation, they don't lose money, their funds are placed in real estate, in a government-approved fund, in another type of investment, or even in a bank deposit. With this, they obtain a residency card in the Schengen area, which allows them to move more easily, access banking much faster without restrictions, or operate companies in a more straightforward and efficient way. Investments range from less than 100,000 euros in Latvia to several millions, but on average, around 250 to 500,000 euros in the most popular options like Greece or Portugal. We already know that the American passport grants access to the entire Schengen area, but with the arrival of ETIAS, even if they have access, if they are not residents, they will need to comply with this system and will increasingly face questions if they don't hold a residency card. Many don't aim to naturalize in the EU due to the new measures being implemented and those that might be introduced in the future. They are okay with a golden visa or eventually a permanent residence, but not nationality. Besides, in most countries, they will need to live between 5 and 10 years to qualify. On the other hand, there are those who want European citizenship either because they are not American or because even if they are, they want to diversify or trust the European Union more than the US. In that case, many usually invest in the Portuguese golden visa, €500,000, visit the country 1 to 2 weeks a year for 5 years, and then obtain nationality in 1 or 2 more years of processing, provided they demonstrate good ties to the country. Of course, it must be mentioned that there is a draft law considering raising the residency requirements to 10 years and starting the count only from the moment the card is issued, not from the application. As Portugal currently has a delay of about 2 years in issuing the card, this would mean a minimum of 12 years to obtain nationality if the law is approved. Still within the EU and the Schengen area, although not technically a golden visa, we must mention Malta and the Malta Permanent Residency Program, which grants permanent residency from day one. Here you don't have to renew every 2 or 5 years as in Greece or Portugal. It is lifelong residency extendable to your children and descendants. The minimum investment is 375,000 euros in property or an annual rent of 14,000 euros if you don't want to buy. Added to this is a one-time state contribution of 40,000 euros and a symbolic donation of 2,000 euros to a local NGO. In total, if you choose the purchase option, the package amounts to roughly 400 to 450,000 euros, including fees and legal expenses. The main appeal of Malta is the speed of the process. It usually takes 6 to 8 months in practice, sometimes even less. And note, this is not citizenship, it is residency, but it's permanent, meaning you never have to renew it. Like the golden visas of other countries, it provides mobility with the Schengen area, access to the European healthcare and education systems, and the possibility of applying for Maltese citizenship after 5 years of effective residence, but if you truly live there, pay taxes there, and demonstrate integration. Now, the previous program that offered direct citizenship by investment, the famous Maltese passport for a €700,000 donation plus a property purchase, was abolished this year under pressure from Brussels and ruling of the Court of Justice of the European Union. They now want to create a version based on merit or exception, but it will require more money. It can be revoked if you stop contributing, and until official requirements are posted, for now, citizenship is not a viable option. Many Americans renounced their nationality thanks to this Maltese program, since it didn't create aggressive tax obligations either inside or outside Malta, and it gave them a travel document and compliance paperwork that posed no issues. Now, with the options already discussed, and although apart from the UAE, the rest are concentrated in Europe, we already have the 5 mentioned in the title. But if I had to add another, it would be Panama, with the PR through the purchase of property or a bank deposit. This grants permanent residency, although no added freedom of movement, since being part of Mercosur works more on the basis of nationality. Even so, to some extent, I have seen residency providing certain advantages. In the case of Americans, they would not have problem traveling anyway. They do it to have a second option, a plan B, just like they would apply for temporary residency in Mexico or Paraguay, and later convert it into permanent residency without spending $1 or living there. It is important to note that even if you obtain these golden visas for tax purposes, you remain American even if you don't live there. And even if you gain another citizenship while keeping your American one, you will still need to report everything they require. You can fill out the form in the description and we can arrange a golden visa, residency, tax residency, or even obtain that second or third passport so you can diversify your portfolio.